Hello and welcome back to our HIP New World Order campaign. In our last episode, we successfully helped Jerusalem win their holy war for this duchy up here, which gives them the worst borders of all time, but that's okay, they can conquer it if they want to, I suppose. And we started our own holy war down here for the Duchy of Antioch, which may or may not give us enough land to actually create the Kingdom of Antioch, but we're gonna take a step towards that anyway, even if it's not quite enough by itself, and we're probably going to, once we conquer this duchy, grant it to our daughter, Princess Euphrosyna here, and it'll be her domain in the new Kingdom of Antioch, which we're going to make independent down here eventually, or at least that's the plan. We have about 20,000 troops down here right now, and about 20,000 more on the way. Crusade for Al-Andalus, okay. So, with pretty poor timing, the Queen Bishop, aka the Pope, here, has been swayed by the cries for help from the Christian population in Hassan Sultanate, so she has declared a crusade for Al-Andalus, which is pretty far away from where we pretty much need to send all of our troops right now, since we're fighting the Seljuks and they have about 60,000, I think. 75,000, even worse. So we really need all of our armies down here. We can't actually afford to go and help with the crusade until we've finished with our own holy war. So bad timing, but I guess we'll just hope that the crusade isn't already over and done with by the time we're finished. We'll keep an eye on it anyway. I think if we wanted to finish this one quickly, we might want to start assaulting holdings down here. And we can do that pretty cheaply, I think. So maybe that's our best course of action. Get our ticking war score started as soon as possible and get this war over and done with. Okay, enemy courtiers found. We'll put them in the dungeons. You increase the opinion of the Grand Mayor, which is good. Also, speaking of the Hassan Sultanate, they're having a pretty bad time because as well as this crusade, they're also being attacked by the Aztecs right now. Their invasion of Leon, which is 54% in favor of the Aztecs right now. They of course won their war up here in England in the last episode and have taken a couple of counties. But Leon will be a much larger base of operations for them down here, assuming they eventually win that. Okay, our second army has arrived in here. I guess we'll move you up the coast to the next county and then send this army to here. Continue assaulting, and we'll send our boats back. If we're just assaulting things, we might not even need to transport the rest of these troops over. We might be able to win this before any Seljuk army even gets here. Well, not before any Seljuk army, there's about 10,000 here. But that's fine, we can fight that easily enough. We'll let them get to where they're going and catch them in this county. It is mountains, unfortunately, but we'll fight them there anyway. Okay, so we're taking attrition here, which is pretty unfortunate. Let's start assaulting anyway. Okay, we gain prisoners. Assault this holding, we're already up to 70%. So we are actually going to be able to win this pretty quickly, I think, which is good news. Let's not be in this county taking attrition if we can avoid it. This one has a supply of 20,000. So let's split off enough troops to get below the supply limit. or almost. Send them over here. Which does not actually allow us to assault that, so we're going to have to take attrition if we want to assault that. And here's 16,000 Seljuk troops. So we can fight those for a decent amount of war score if we wanted. We don't have enough to assault this anyway. Fortunately, they're in the mountains. So I think what I'll do is split this in half. And half to the next county over and hope that, yeah, baits the 16k into attacking me. And then we'll reinforce, we'll have the mountains advantage, hopefully win the battle. And hopefully get enough war score from this to finish the war, though I don't think that's too likely. We'll send this army up there as well. The fall of the Great Plains. The Aztec have come to terms with their fear of horses, and several breeders have been established in the valley of Anahuac, in their homeland. There is precious little information from overseas, but from what can be pieced together, it seems the Aztec have used their new cavalry regiments to great effect in finally pacifying their stubborn rivals on the northern plains. The Shoshone dominions and the Sioux Commonwealth have already been incorporated into their growing empire. The Aztec armies are now marching towards the last holdouts of the free Iroquois city-states on the Atlantic coast. It may only be a matter of time before the entire continent is ruled from the great imperial city of Tenochtitlan. If that's how it's pronounced, which it probably isn't. The same must never happen here. I agree, but not our problem yet. Okay, so we have our reinforcements in. I don't think we're going to need this army in there at all. This is going pretty well. And that got us up to 90%. After this minor viceroy. And Prince Ali, fabulous he, is also my prisoner. Okay, so we'll send 8,000 over to the next county to chase that army. Probably won't get a full 10%, but that's okay. And it looks like we're going to be finished this in plenty of time to participate in the crusade. So I think we'll go ahead and join it right now. And assuming we win, which is not remotely guaranteed since we're going to be kind of late to the party anyway, but if we do win, we'll probably give the Kingdom of Al-Andalus to another of our daughters. So let's see, we have Antioch or Euphrosyne here. We have Melissa, who is quick. She can probably have Al-Andalus, maybe. Our next daughter is Madalena, who's also quick. Didn't we have a strong, quick one? We did, Princess Lena. Maybe we skip one of the older ones and give Al-Andalus to her, maybe? I don't know. We'll decide when the time comes. For now, we do have to make sure we finish this Seljuk war relatively quickly. And if we assume that we aren't going to need this army over in the Seljuk war, we'll, I guess, just send it over to Iberia right now. So let's hope we're not going to need it. The Pope accepts our offer to join her war, that's fine. We captured a mayor. 91%. I think we'll send this army over here and accept whatever attrition we're going to take in order to assault this. So our Duke here is giving us bizarre and repulsive evidence concerning this Count/Duke's sexual preferences. Is he in any factions? Enagao? Seems like he is not. So we'll just keep it to ourselves. Okay, that got us to 100. enforce our demands, and since I'm planning to just give this whole duchy to my daughter anyway, we don't need to go through the grant titles decision thing, so we can just grant her the County of Antioch, I think. Give her the County of Antioch and the lower titles within that county. We'll usurp the duchy. Then we should be able to grant her the Duchy of Antioch and all the lower titles, which will include the other county titles and their interior holdings as well. And that should give her everything here to do with as she sees fit. She can create her own sub-vassals there. Alright. Let's check on the status of the kingdom title. We actually do have the necessary land to create that. And we're looking pretty good on gold and piety, so I think we may as well. And we'll grant the title to our daughter. She should get the other duke down here as vassal. Or the County of Tripoli, as it's apparently called. Okay, so we're obviously not going to grant her independence yet, because we still want to conquer the remaining de jure land there, which is really just one more duchy up here. So it's not the biggest kingdom in the world. You can go there, I suppose. We fulfilled our ambition to win a holy war, which is great, and we can choose a new one. Guess we have to convert a province, since we don't have any other ambitions available. But fortunately, we just acquired a few wrong religion provinces that we can convert. And we'll send our court chaplain down here. Okay, so our boats are on the way over here. We'll send them to pick up the rest of our troops from the Holy Land later. Actually have a few more, though. Maybe we'll send them right now. You have already converted that county, okay. That was quick. The pious are rewarded for their efforts, so we could get any one of a number of traits. We didn't. I guess we'll just choose the same ambition again. And I don't think we'll be able to move him yet. We can move him, okay. Great. And we are a bit late to the party. It looks like there's some fairly large papal armies and a really big army from Aragon. Where did they get 32,000 troops? That seems like more than they should be able to raise. Yeah, no, apparently not. It's mostly from their vassals and domain, so shows what I know. A son was born to my granddaughter here, okay. He is, or he has a stutter, okay. That's fine. With the now under Catholic control, the Patriarchate of Antioch has been properly restored as one of the episcopal sees of the Pentarchy, the Western Catholic Church. It was originally founded by St. Peter the Apostle, who is regarded as the first pope by the Western Catholic Church. God be praised. We gain 100 piety, so that's pretty good. Alright, our armies have almost arrived. We'll land one of them over here. And the other one over here. In fact, let's maybe not land on top of this papal army. No, it's the other one. Land you over there instead. Oh, of course they're moving. Okay, so we're taking attrition here, unfortunately. We're only slightly over the limit, so that's fine, we'll just leave it. And get these boats over here to pick up the rest of our troops. The current leader is the King of Aragon. And a son was born to my daughter and heir. See if he's as good as their last son. Not even remotely. He is club-footed and not strong and genius as the previous guy was. That's fine. Our granddaughter is of age and became a charismatic negotiator. Okay. That's fine. So not much in the way of enemy armies left for us to fight. I guess we're probably best to just do sieges here. Let's go to our dungeons and ransom all prisoners. We'll be able to get some gold from that. There are rumors among my troops that supernatural forces are working against us in this war. Whether these rumors are true or not, my men are increasingly demoralized. So we get some fairly minor penalties here for a while. Looks like there are plenty of sieges going on in the Aztec War. Let's see what the progress of that is. 96% in favor of the Aztecs, alright. Okay, this Grand Mayor is extremely happy with me. We can move our Chancellor. We could have him work on the King of Schwaben. Actually, I think we'll work on this Margrave here. And since the king here is only 7 years old, we should be able to educate him ourselves and increase his opinion of us that way. And also make sure he doesn't get any problematic traits that we don't want. Okay. So he doesn't get any opinion bonus now, but once he comes of age, he'll get a permanent opinion bonus for us having educated him. And our daughter collects a tithe for us, which is nice. And okay, there's a tiny army parked on top of here, not really increasing the attrition much. So that's fine. News from across the sea. Rumors have reached Europe of a titanic struggle taking place across the Great Sea in the homeland of the Aztecs. The Aztecs themselves rarely discuss it with outsiders, but it appears they have been locked in a deadly war for some time with the Tawantinsuyu, I guess, a great empire from the mountains and jungles far to the south of Tenochtitlan. They are ruled by the Sapa Inca, who is allegedly the direct descendant of some kind of sun god. If the stories are to be believed, the warriors of the Inca are armed with mysterious thunder sticks capable of felling a man from great distance. The Aztec have only recently been able to halt their advance in large part thanks to their mounted warriors riding horses imported from Europe. I have no time for this nonsense. Pretty much. And there goes their war. They've taken a big chunk out of the Hassan dynasty there. To add to their minor conquests up there in England. And we are looking at losing a barony, potentially, on succession there, which is not too much of a concern. He has created the Duchy of Galicia, that's fine. And we are actually at 25% contribution here somehow. Not entirely sure how, since I think we've pretty much fought one tiny battle so far. Ooh, and the Aztecs have declared the second Aztec invasion of England on the King of Alba here. So this will expand their holdings substantially, assuming they win this. Which is probably a reasonable assumption. So they have 150,000 troops available right now. Okay, well, it's still not our problem. Let's hope they lose a lot of their troops in the process. Alright, well, we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to leave it here and continue fighting this crusade next time. Thanks for watching, and join me again then.